In a quiet village nestled between the rolling hills of West Africa, there lived a man named Kayode and his son Kofi. Kayode was known to be a hard worker, but he had a temper that flared up easily. Kofi, on the other hand, was a gentle and kind-hearted boy, full of life and always eager to help his father. One afternoon, Kayode was busy mending some of his old clothes. He had an important event to attend and needed to look his best. As he walked, he asked Kofi to fetch him a sewing thread from the small box where they kept their supplies. Kofi hurried off to get the thread, wanting to please his father. But when Kofi reached the box, he could not find the thread. He searched everywhere, overturning everything upside down, but the thread was nowhere to be seen. Panicked, Kofi ran back to his father and told him the thread was not there. Panicked, Kofi ran back to his father and told him the bad news. "What do you mean? You can't find it?" Kayode snapped his face, darkening with anger. "That thread is very important. How could you lose it?" Kofi, trembling with fear as he tried to explain, but his words only fueled Kayode's wrath. Without thinking, Kayode stormed out of the house, grabbed a can of fuel that he used for their lantern. He returned to the house with a terrible look in his eyes. "I was there that day visiting a friend who lives nearby. I heard the shouting and rushed over, worried that something terrible was happening. When I reached their house, I saw Kayode, his face twisted with anger, standing over Kofi with the fuel can. "Please, Kayode, stop," I shouted, but my words fell on deaf ears. In a fit of rage, Kayode was so angry, he poured the can of fuel on Kofi's head. His small boy, shaking with fear but could not move. It was as if he couldn't believe what has just happened. I stood there, froze with shock, unable to comprehend the horror unfolding before my eyes. Before I could say anything, Kayode struck a matches and threw it at Kofi. The fire ignited instantly and Kofi's scream filled the air. The sound was something I will never forget, pure raw agony. I rushed forward, desperately trying to put out the flame, but it was too late. The fire has consumed Kofi and the danger was done. Neighbors drawn near by the commotion. Neighbors and passerby, drawn by the commotion, came running. Together, we managed to kill the flame, but Kofi was badly injured. We hurriedly gathered what we could and rushed Kofi to the nearest hospital, hoping against hope that he would survive. But the journey was long and Kofi injuries were severe. Despite our best efforts, Kofi died before we reached the hospital. His small body has endured much pain than any child could ever have. Kofi's mother was a young woman, very kind, gentle, and loved by many. Kofi's mother, Nneka, has recently married Kayode, a strong and proud man who worked very hard. At first, their marriage seems perfect, but soon things began to change. Kayode started showing another side of himself to Nneka. He became harsh and angry, often yelling at her for small things. You could scold her if the food wasn't ready on time or if the house wasn't perfectly clean. Nneka tried to be a good wife, kept quiet, enduring the pain in silence. Not quite long, Nneka found out that she was pregnant. She was overjoyed, hoping that the baby would bring happiness into their homes. She dreamt of holding her child, a son or a daughter, whom she will love dearly. As the pregnancy grew, so did her struggles grows. She was weak and tired. The other women in the village noticed that Nneka wasn't looking well. They could visit her and bring food, but she always smiled and said, "I am fine," even though she was not fine. When the time came for her to give birth, she felt both fear and excitement. She prayed that everything could go well. The village midwife, Mama Okechi, came to her house to help her with the delivery, but something was wrong. Nneka was not in good condition. She was too weak to push, and the midwife couldn't help her either. Hours passed, and Nneka grew weaker. Mama Ogechi did everything she could, but she knew that Nneka's body has gone through too much stress. The maltreatment and the beating from Kayode, the lack of care and constant worries has taken toll on her health. Kayode, who has been outside the house, finally came in when he heard the cry of the baby. He looked at Nneka lying there, pale and barely breathing. He did not know what to do. For the first time, fear and regret filled his heart, but it was too late. Nneka looked at him one last time, her eyes filled with sadness. She whispers, "Take care of our child," before her eyes closed forever. The baby cry filled the room, a little boy who will never know his mother. Kofi's mother died immediately she gave birth to him. Nneka died because of the maltreatment from Kayode, but still, Kayode never stopped. At any slightest mistake, Kayode will shout on Kofi. Kayode lost the boy just like he lost his mother 12 years ago. His anger has destroyed him completely. The police came and took him away. The door of the station closed behind him. The weight of his action presses down like a heavy stone. He can still see Kofi's face, hear Amaka's words ringing in her ears. "This is our baby. Take care of him." The anger that has fueled him for so long now has put him in prison, and he knows that there is no more escape. The story serves as a dramatic reminder of the importance of controlling inner demons before they consume everything around us, before they consume everything we have worked for. Like you want more of this story, kindly subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share to your families and friends. See you.